All right, man. So I appreciate you coming by. This is my podcast, Socks Run Off. So what this is, I get different individuals like yourself, fighters, musicians, comedians, get to know them a little bit more, their journey to where they're at. So yeah, man. So that's basically how we're gonna jump off in it. If you want to interview yourself, if you want to introduce yourself. See, man, I fuck up all the time. So if you want to introduce yourself, let the people know who you are, and then we'll get going from there.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? My name is Sampson Tabbytite. I'm a fighter out of Oklahoma. Just here with my guy.
Yeah, and my mics are weird, so the microphones are on the side.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to talk in the side, sorry, I don't know why they do that, but yeah, man. So fighter out of Oklahoma, it's something we, well, in my opinion, see on TV, but when it comes to like a local scene, we don't really know a lot of fighters. So what was your transition from just a regular person to now a dangerous man?
Man, it's just a lot of training, really. I don't know. But like you were saying about the podcast, but just staying consistent and continuing to train and taking the fights that, that's going to get you, a little bit more exposure. As an amateur, you want to take harder fights, because you don't want to take an easy fight. Then you get to the pros, and then you're not ready.
Right.
So definitely take your harder fights early on.
For sure. Yeah, so I started boxing when I was like senior in high school, and then I dropped off for a little bit, but I got back into it like a year or so ago. And it's really helped me with like past traumas, past hurts, or even hurts now. And I know a lot of fighters, they fight because of things like that, like an outlet, or like if nobody understands me, understand this not peaceful violence, but this art that I'm trying to, let out. So was that something that was a motivating factor for you to start fighting, or was it just something that you were interested in?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't grow up the best. Obviously, a lot of fighters don't grow up. They have their own things that they're dealing with. I grew up. We was kind of on the poorer side, poverty line, and I have a lot of brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We always fought, and that played big part in what I do now. I went into foster care when I was 10 years old. Me and my brothers for like 3.5 years. My parents, they were away for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we went to foster care, went to a group home. I kept getting in trouble, so I got separated. Got put in Shadow Mountain. I was in Shadow Mountain for a while. Got out, went to another foster home. And then I think right before 8th grade year, my mom came back home and we got to go and live with her. So I moved around a lot. Didn't really have a lot of structure, but I don't even think I started fighting until, I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 6 fights before I started training as well. So I was just wanting to fight and just see where I could take it,
Yeah, and that's dope how you said you don't have a lot of structure, but fighting brings discipline. It brings structure. If you don't respect the art, it's not going to respect you back. Like with boxing, I thought I would get in there and be great. I thought it took me a whole year, and I'm still like, I'd lost 99 pounds now.
Yeah.
I still have so much more to learn. Like even when I'm sparring, I'm like, okay, fuck, why was I hesitant right there? Why couldn't I, and it's like, this is chess. This is, something greater than even yourself that people try to master. There's probably only a handful of boxers, fighters who has mastered the craft. So what is that like, not having discipline to finding something where there's going to be people better than you? You're going to have a coach that demands respect. And from a person who didn't have structure, I knew that must have been hard.
Yeah, definitely. I always held myself to a higher standard, like with, like growing up. Like a lot of my brothers got in trouble and stuff like that. I stayed in church for the most part. I didn't start really getting into, like, trouble, I guess, until like I was 16 or 17, and then but once I was able, like I always had a job, I always took care of my family, I always tried to do the right thing for the most part. Yeah, I do have my faults and stuff like that, so I'm not perfect, nobody is, but I'm just, I don't know, man.
No, man, it's good. I understand. Like, sometimes the dreams that we have, especially fighters or podcasters, it doesn't seem sane to say it out loud. Like, I want to fight for a living. I want to talk to people for a living. Yeah. Other people are like, well, that's dumb. Find something, stable. Like, my mom told me, you probably need a better paying job with healthcare. I was like, Mom, I'm trying to be great out here. Okay, I don't need, other jobs. But I've gotten to the point to where I say my dreams out loud and it sounds crazy. Yeah. But if it doesn't sound crazy, you're not dreaming hard enough. Definitely. You feel me? So I understand, man. And you said you had 4 fights before you started training?
6.
6. So you just signed yourself up for it, or it was just an altercation, or?
Well, we had one of my buddies that I worked with, his uncle and cousins and everybody, they were fighters, or they managed fighters, and we was just talking about it. We was big UFC fans, and I was like, man, it would be cool to see where I could go with it, or see where I'm at right now before I actually started training. And there was a local guy, he put on a kickboxing show, the Shamrock Showdown, and he was at the RV Ranch going towards Okmulgee. Mm-hmm. And I actually ran into my friend's uncle at Walmart, and we started talking, and he was like, man, if I get you a fight, would you fight? Or I was like, if he can get me a fight, I just want to see where I'm at, you know. And he found me the fight. We thought it was an MMA fight. And it turned out to be a kickboxing show. So okay. We did kickboxing. I ended up winning the first round. And I was like, all right, well, I did that with no training.
Right.
So,
imagine what I could do.
Yeah. So I think I fought for him on 3 of his shows, all 3 wins, all 3 finishes. I fought on another local show that this guy put on a show at the gymnasium in Okmulgee. Okay. I got a 3rd round TKO there, and then I did this amateur Muay Thai bout in Claremore at the VFW out there, and that was my first loss. I fought at 155. I should have never been fighting at 55. What
do you know? Or what do you fight at?
My last fight was at 130.
That's what I was saying. I was like 130.
Yeah, 130, 125 is like my fight weight.
Yeah. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, man. For that fight, I actually drank a bunch of water.
Oh, and you ballooned.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna make weight. Yeah. I weighed in at 150. Like ballooned up. Yeah. So I was like 145. The dude was like 6'3", tall guy, and he leg kicked me. Ooh. Like a lot.
A lot. See, people don't understand when it comes to weight classes. All because you're at 155 doesn't mean you stay 155 during the fight. Most of these people cut weight to get to that, or some people balloon up. But that day or whatever of recovery, you get back to a couple pounds more. So he's basically fighting somebody 20 pounds, 25 pounds heavier than him naturally. So don't fight it. You can have skill, but sometimes anatomy, that's a motherfucker. Yeah. And those leg kicks or something. Yeah. So I'm glad I don't do MMA yet. I'm thinking about it. But man, I got punched in the liver in boxing. I was like, bro, I don't know if I could do this full time, man.
No, it's definitely hard. It takes a certain type of person to really,
for sure,
do it, but not just do it to be good at it and continue to want to do it. Right. Like it hurts. It like all the time.
Yeah, all the I went to the gym yesterday, and I'm getting more stamina, so I'm doing a lot more. And I woke up today, I was like, bro, I'm sore as fuck. I was like, man, and that's the thing. It's like feeling that and enjoying it and doing it some more. So you can, feel it. I don't know, man. There's a certain type of drive when your body is screaming in pain, but mentally you're like, bro, I can go more. Yeah. I could, one more round, one more whatever. And that's the beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's definitely that mental, you know what I'm saying? You gotta mental strength carries a lot into everything in life, you know. So like, I think that's one of the better things with fighting. Or like, I like to run, and like I listened to David Goggins or something, and he was talking about running, and he don't like to use music or nothing. Well, I don't have headphones or anything. I just run, do my miles, and it's mentally tough. You know what I'm saying? You got to get, like, all the time your mind's telling you to stop, or, oh, you can cut it short today, or you can do this, you can do that, but you just have to get it done either way. Talk yourself out of that.
No, for sure. So I was actually, it's funny that you brought that up, like the mental aspect of it. Two things. So people think like fighters quit on themselves, like the Ryan Garcia fight versus Tank when he got hit to the body. I told somebody in that moment, that man had a decision to get up. He could have got up, right? He wasn't dying. He was, but mentally, your body's like, bro, if we get up, this is gonna hurt some more. Yeah. And you know, even with running, everything is burning from your lungs to your legs to your arms, especially the calves. That shit hurts. Yeah. And it's finding yourself, like you said, on the other side of that. Like, I wanted to be great and lose weight so much that I had COVID. 4 or 5 days go by. I'm still like, I'm not sick anymore, but you know, my lungs are not all that. I was 477 pounds at one point, and I don't know how much I was during COVID, but I was working out and I felt like I was going to die. Yeah. But in my mind, I was like, I'd rather die right here working out than going home and just accepting it. You feel me? Yeah. And that's what makes people great. That's what makes people come back from a loss. That's what makes people come and show people how there's levels to this shit. Yeah. So have you experienced that in your own life where you got, I mean, explain that loss, you know, the leg kick loss, and then how you come back from that.
Well, yeah, I lost. It was my first loss, and then my next one, I ended up winning, and then I lost. My fourth fight was my loss, and then fifth fight was another kickboxing fight. I ended up winning in the third round. And then my sixth fight was an MMA fight, and I got taken down and choked out in the third by another local fighter. He's doing good right now too. He's a pro, and I think he's at 35 now. Okay. So, not too big of a weight difference. Right. He took me down. Definitely. Like, I needed that grappling aspect, and I had none. So that, like, after that fight, I had to get into a gym. So I started training at the Factory Grappling Club here in Tulsa.
Hell yeah! Shout out to them. Yeah, y'all making monsters out here. Yeah. No, and that's what not online, but I argue with people, and people say, I'm a big boxing fan, right? Yeah. I watch UFC because it's exciting. The chokeouts, the head kicks, exciting. But boxing to me is beautiful. The movement, you know, the angles. And it makes me mad when MMA guys be like, boxing is not better than MMA. And I'm like, hold on. The only thing different, right, between boxing and MMA, in my opinion, like a major difference, is the wrestling and submission. Yeah. If you do like a kickboxing or Muay Thai, it's still your limbs. You know, I feel like a boxer can do well in Muay Thai, kickboxing. Of course, you'll have to learn how to defend differently, but the same thing. And I'm like, in a street fight, I don't see it ever going to the ground long enough for the MMA guy to like take control of the fight. Yeah. And in my opinion, if a boxer is good at distancing and, you know, like let's say you're in the field, it's going to be hard to even grab this man. Yeah. Like I was listening to Devin Haney. He was talking to some bodybuilder. And the guy was like, I can just grab you and it'll be over. He was like, bro, I'll hit you so many times. By the time you grab me, you don't want to fight no more. And of course, I have respect for MMA guys, but what is your take on that? Because I'm like, guys, boxing, if you have somebody who's a real good striker, it's going to be hard grabbing him in a street fight. Yeah. Well, I mean, statistically, I was reading somewhere, like, majority of street fights will end up, you know, on the ground. Right. So because people can't fight for real, though. Yeah. That's what be pissing me off, man. So, like, majority of the street fights will end up on the ground, so it's definitely needed there. Right. And it's a different type of cardio. So, if they do grab you,
it's gonna wear on you a lot more. And I think like boxing, I love boxing. It's like we grew up watching it a little bit, and I got a lot of boxers that I imitate with my my hands. You know, I do a lot of different other stuff as well.
For sure.
Boxers do have the best punches, but it is one aspect of the game. But if you look at a boxing match, how many times do they clinch up?
Right.
Or how many times they do get grabbed, or they have to get separated by the ref? So you got to take into that as well. Like, they're not just punching people. Like, that clinch is there. So, like, the MMA guy or Muay Thai guy or somebody can sweep them or get them off their feet. It's a different type of, like, aspect.
Right.
But boxers is good at boxing. I love it. So no hate to the boxers.
Right. Shout out to y'all. No, man. I mean, I think I texted you this. I was like, man, I want to start jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Because I feel like boxing and jiu-jitsu, it covers the ground and you cover the feet.
Yeah.
Of course, you can learn to kick and all that other stuff throughout your journey.
Yeah.
But was there one aspect that you were like, I mean, you said grappling, but is there one thing that you were like, all right, I want to be as good at this than any other aspect of my game?
Not really. I just wanted to be well-rounded. I love my striking.
Mm-hmm.
I love the ground game as well. It's just, I don't know, I fell in love with all of it. Like, I didn't think I was ever going to be like a wrestler, grappler, or anything like that. But like, when I went to my gym, start getting more comfortable with it. Like, cause it takes you out of your comfort zone. Like, you're really rolling on the ground,
right,
with a bunch of guys. We're sweaty. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get past that.
For sure.
Or getting smothered, or whatever. And then you go with beginners, higher level belts, or like, I got beat up so many. I still get beat up all the time, man. They whoop my ass all the time in there.
Yeah, it's some shit. I don't spar. I sparred like 2 guys at the boxing gym, and I was like, man, y'all keep all that over there. I'll train, but I'm not trying to get embarrassed. But no, I mean, and that's the thing. How do you leave your ego at the door when you get, roll with these higher belts, or you spar with, a golden glove or so on? What is that like, just knowing like this is not, it's not personal, it's the part of the game?
Yeah, definitely just don't take it personal. We're at the end of the day, we're all there to make each other better and to grow as a martial artist, as a person, as a man, whatever.
Right.
We're just there to grow together. And like sometimes, like, you might come in there, you're having a bad day, just leave it at the thing. You know what I'm saying? We're here to work out. We're here to train. We're not here to hurt nobody. The last thing you want to do is hurt your training partner. Then what? You don't have a training partner.
Yeah, or nobody trusts you anymore.
Or you get people that they might not want to go with you because you do hurt them or something like that. So it's always good, and it's good to have good training partners. You know what I'm saying? Knowing who can pull their punches or who's not gonna hurt you.
Right.
But there is some guys out there that they get mad or they will hurt you. I don't know. Maybe it's a chip on the shoulder. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. But majority of the time, in the gyms, jiu-jitsu gyms, Muay Thai, a lot of people's gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Most fighters aren't gonna be like your Conor McGregors and talk a whole bunch of shit and just think they're the baddest person or too good. But you do have a few of them, you know what I'm saying? So just pick your training partners good, pick your coaches good, and make sure you have people that are there to take care of you and help you grow without hurting you. Yeah,
and that's what I said earlier, like, fighting will really show you what type of person you are. And I feel like, I mean, we probably saw these movies, and like 2 people get trained by the same master. One uses it for evil, one uses it for good.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a double-edged sword, but it weeds itself out.
Yeah.
Even if you have like a good coach for the gym, like, he'll kick people out, like, not even tolerating that, and then it builds more of a community within the gym. And once that community gets built, everybody in there's world champions already.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I'm helping you in this, I'm helping you in that, and that just puts everything above like the bad apple, so to say. So now that you're an amateur, what was your first amateur fight like, and were you nervous? Because I mean, you're already so many fights in, but now it's like, all right, my career is not taking off, but it's getting somewhere.
Nah, I think I was nervous. I'm not really nervous no more. Like,
that's terrifying.
I mean, I'm nervous, but like it's not. The nerves aren't really.
It's like
there.
I'm ready to be great. Like I know I can do this.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's not even like I know. Like I have a whole lot of self doubt. Like my self esteem issues. Like I do deal with that a lot. Like, man, what if I'm not as good as I think I am?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna I'm just gonna go out there and do what I do. If they beat me, they beat me. If not, they don't. You know. So
and you know what's crazy is they're thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand. It's like I feel like I'm not a good podcaster. I feel like I'm this, and this. I'm like, bro, you know how many people are feeling the same?
Yeah.
But what separates me from them is I'm going to continue to try.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out there and act like I knew I was going to beat you the whole time.
Yeah. Definitely, like, I mean, I'm nervous a lot of the time. I just don't, like, it doesn't feel like it. Like, when I went out, I just fought in New York. It was my first time flying for a fight.
Oh,
like,
shit. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How'd it go?
I won a unanimous decision.
Okay.
It was my pro Muay Thai debut, and I fought for the Freedom Fighter Promotions, their super featherweight title.
Uh-huh.
I ended up winning it and got to bring it back to Oklahoma.
That's dope, man.
But, like, just flying out, like, I flew out there. I've never been to New York, never been, really out of Oklahoma, and like, I didn't have no nerves, really. Like, I was good. Everything worked out. I had my coaches, teammates, some of the fighters that were there looked out for me looked out for us while we was there and helped us out and showed us around. And it's just it was a cool experience, a cool community. Like, I just didn't have any nerves, really. I felt like I was where I needed to be.
And that's the beauty of it, man. Like, once your dream starts to show you like this can be a reality, you will never go back to civilian life or like anything else. Like, I can't work a 9 to 5 now. I can't give this up anymore. Like, I've hosted comic book swaps. I've hosted like poetry shit and everything else. And it's like, why would I give this up?
Yeah.
Like, if I continue going somewhere, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So on the way back, champion, what was that feeling like? Because, of course, you have to take time to soak it in. Yeah, you're with your team. Yeah, you're with your guys. But it was an individual accomplishment in the sense of you were fighting.
Yeah. So
what was that like for you? Like, foster care, no structure to champion.
Yeah. Man, it's just, it doesn't feel real. Like it. I still look at some, like, I see my fights and I'm just like, that was really me,
Yeah.
Like, I really did that. Or, it's like coming from where I came from, like, I'm really doing something about it, like I'm, a couple fights away from a big, big opportunity.
Right.
This was a big opportunity, and they've already offered me more opportunities with the promotion and like other promotions. Like, I want to do MMA. I think boxing is the only real combat sport I haven't done. Mm-hmm. But boxing, I've got boxing offers as well too.
Oh, hell yeah!
Like, I'm just trying to. I don't know, man. It doesn't feel real,
Right. No, I totally understand it, man. And is there one that you would prefer to do? I mean, UFC, you said, is that the dream?
Yeah. So my dream isn't necessarily to make it to the UFC, or to any big organization. My dream is to be able to fight for a living and actually provide for my family. Like, everybody's like, we're fighting for a living. Well, like, I fell in love with the fact that I can actually fight for a living, so that's what my end goal is like, I can pay for a house, or I can pay for my car, pay my bills through fighting, and that's my end goal.
Yeah, I love that you said that, because people don't understand that just because you have a certain idea of where your life is going doesn't mean it has to be that way to make you happy. I know a lot of guys who still want to be in the NBA. I'm like, bro, you're 25, you're overweight, bro, you're cool. Yeah. But it's like, don't give up on the idea of basketball can be a living for me. Yeah. Be an analyst, be a coach, be this, and this. And for you, it don't have to, like you said, it don't have to be UFC. It don't have to be, what is that? The one?
Yeah, one
championship. Like, it don't have to be that. But whatever it's going to be, it needs to pay the bills. Yeah. But this is why I'm doing it. Yeah. And that's the beauty thing. Don't set expectations on, like, how can I say, like, promotional things. Yeah. Make sure you're doing it for the right reason. And I love how you're genuine with it. And, yeah, man, you're going to do great things, and it's dope, man. So, any other fights coming up? Because how long ago was this fight you said you had?
Saturday.
Oh, you have one this Saturday?
Yeah, I just fought Saturday.
Oh, damn. Oh, and that was for the belt?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's recent.
Yeah.
You look good. Did you get hit?
Yeah, I got hit a few times.
Man.
It wasn't, I didn't take a whole lot of damage, though.
Yeah. And for you guys who don't know, Muay Thai is more of like elbows, knees, kicks,
everything,
everything except takedowns and head strikes, right? Headbutts. I don't know if you guys watch these Muay Thai fighters, but they kick like a damn horse, and it's hilarious because the sound they make, but terrifying because it is like bone snapping kicks.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. My shins are feeling them. I went back to training yesterday.
Yeah, you said you was grappling.
No, well, I went back to my Muay. So Mondays and Wednesdays I really do like my Muay Thai. And
okay.
Tuesdays and Thursdays I do my grappling.
Okay.
But yesterday I didn't get the chance to go to the gym, so I didn't get to grapple. And then I don't know if I have time today to make it. But I'll probably prioritize going back to the gym next week.
Hell yeah. And how do you condition your body? Like, people don't understand, yes, I have to have skill, but my body has to withstand what my brain knows. Like, I know I'm going to have to take a punch to give a punch, but I have to be durable at least to absorb most of it, not all of it, but to connect with a nice punch.
Well, you got to, you just... Like, I like sparring, or like sparring drills, or, body conditioning. You let your partner kick you, you're not kicking hard,
right?
But it's enough that you're feeling it. And you got to build up that tolerance for the pain, and then through that, your body adjusts, Like, it takes a lot of time. It's not going to, come overnight, obviously. Like, even Anderson Silva snapped his leg, like, it happens. It's, stuff. You just gotta try to prepare as much as you can for it. And then getting hit, you don't want to get hit hard all the time, you know, like, cause brain trauma is a real thing, but just knowing how to get, or knowing what it feels like to get hit is not.
Knowing how to roll with the punches, knowing how to at least flinch a little bit so you're taking 50 instead of 100%.
Or, like, even if you take the 100%, if you see it coming and you know it's coming, then you're a little bit better off. If you don't see it coming and you just get hit, it could just be a little clip. Like, if you see a lot of the knockouts, they're not hard punches. A lot of times it'll clip the chin. Yeah. Or clip the top of the head, They
like the Volk fight versus Makachev.
Literally
clipped him on the top of his head, and that boy was wobbling. Yeah,
he probably thought it wasn't gonna hit him. You know, he ducked. He was like, "All right, I'm out of the way," and then boom, he got hit. So it's the ones you don't see coming.
Yeah. So, man, I think that's a wonderful journey, and I feel like you're going to go far. I talked to Nick and Justina Fields. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know them.
Yeah, I know them.
But they were just great individuals, and I see how this sport really brings people together. It really mends relationships within self, and it's really dope. So any advice you would have for like upcoming fighters or people who want to fight? Because it's a scary thing to even start. Like I said, I was 477 pounds, and I had to make an effort to be uncomfortable and go in there and just try my best.
Yeah.
So what is something you would tell to somebody getting in?
Just be consistent. Like you're not gonna be the best. Right off the bat, it's consistency. That day after day after day after day grind. Like you got to put your miles in. You got to put your road work in. You got to learn the fundamentals. You got to, making sure you have a good coach and good team will really take you far as well. Like.
So go to your gym.
Yeah. Yeah, come to my gym.
Yeah.
Nah, it really, and it's not even about the gym or coach or whatever. A lot of the times, like, cause this coach can help me out, more than this one will. But this guy over here might be able to reach you in a way that this coach won't.
Makes sense.
So, just find somebody that, can reach you, but also has the credentials and stuff like that. Because you will get a lot of, I guess, coaches that haven't fought, and you don't necessarily have to fight, but it is a good plus. Like, yeah, he's been in that situation. He has proved himself, even if they have losing records. That they have fought. They know what it's like. And for somebody who hasn't fought, it's kind of hard to take that advice. So
for sure,
definitely find somebody that has the credentials. Do your research on your coaches, your team, or whatever before you join a gym. And
that's dope.
Be consistent. Yeah,
and I wanted to ask you this question earlier, but it kind of came up now, or I want to ask it now. So you said you look at a lot of fighters and you kind of emulate it into your game. What are a couple fighters that you look up to or that you try to emulate?
Well, Bruce Lee, of course. Nah.
Of course.
Now, that was funny though, because like growing up, I watched a bunch of martial arts movies. Like my grandpa had all the VHS Bruce Lee movies. We watched Jet Li, Jackie Chan, all that. So like when I spar, I'll try to emulate stuff. But my sidekick is more Bruce Lee type.
Yeah.
And but no, modern fighters, Pacquiao is one of he's probably my favorite boxer. I'm not a southpaw, but I still like to imitate what he does. And then I do switch. So when I do switch, I like to throw combos that he throws. At least with my hands.
He likes to throw that 2-1 a lot. Yeah. I noticed that, but that's kind of dangerous though because he lunges into it and he's gotten caught a couple times. Yeah. But it's effective. I know Bud Crawford used that 2-1 in his fight against Spence. So it's and especially it catches you off guard because you're expecting the jab. But but yes. So Pacquiao's a good one. Yeah. I just had to throw that out there.
And then he's a smaller fighter, you know what I'm saying? So like, I can't really take too much from a whole lot of the bigger fighters, but because the styles are a little bit different.
Yeah.
But Frankie Edgar was another one of my fighters that
MMA guy.
Yeah,
Frankie.
MMA guy. And then who else? Masvidal, he has a good striking.
Yeah.
Wonder Boy, I like his style.
He's about to fight Shavkat something.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that because Wonder Boy's nice.
Yeah. It's a clash of styles though. Like Shavkat is more grappler, and then
I think Wonder Boy's gonna have to use that side kick, those spinning kicks.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be tough, striking because I feel like Shavkat's a little bigger than Wonder Boy. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of side kicks, a lot of leg kicks.
Honestly, I think Shavkat will probably win that fight.
Yeah.
But I like Wonder Boy. You know what I'm saying?
Me too, man. I was
he's
watching
such a nice dude.
I think the first fight I was watching of him, him versus Pettis, and he was beating Pettis' ass the whole fight. Pettis hit him with a Superman punch or some shit. I was upset, but that's the beauty of fighting.
Yeah,
like it can change. You have to be perfect.
Yeah,
for what? How 25 minutes for you guys, 40, 48 for boxing or some shit, and at 1 second you can get knocked out.
Yeah.
And that's the scary thing, but the beauty about it.
Yeah, that's what happened. Like my fight over the weekend, like I dominated pretty much the whole fight, and then I got my mouthpiece knocked out in the 5th round. Ooh. And I was okay, but like it looked bad. Mm-hmm. Like because he was still hit. He was coming after me. Ref didn't stop it right away to put my mouthpiece in because you don't have to. Yeah. But I got hit a few times, and my coach was like, "Man, you hit me sweating bullets right there." I was like, "Man, I can't. Is this really happening?" Right. And it was like I didn't feel like I was in trouble at all because I started weaving the punches. I was just smiling, having a good time.
Hell yeah.
And then after we separated a bit, that's when the ref put the mouthpiece back in my mouth. But yeah, I was dominating the whole fight, and then I got caught. And like I said, I wasn't in trouble, but it looked, it can happen that way.
Yeah, and that's what happened to Earl Spence once. He got hit, and his mouthpiece came out, and he looked at the mouthpiece and got hit again. Yeah. I'm like, I understand because you're so focused in the war when something like a mouthpiece falls out, you're like, bro, what is this feeling? Like it's odd. Yeah. So that's dope. I mean, but yeah, scary as fuck. All right, man. Top 5 MMA guys for you.
I don't know. Like I said, Frankie Edgar's always been one of my top fighters. Mm-hmm. Jose Aldo is another one. BJ Penn's good. The Diaz brothers, I love the Diaz brothers.
Man, I'm from Stockton actually, so that's dope. Shout out to them guys.
They're just cool, man. They're one of my jiu-jitsu coaches is trained a lot with them.
Hell yeah. And well, man, maybe one time you can go to Stockton and go to the jiu-jitsu academy.
Maybe one day.
That'd be dope. Make sure you let me know so I can go. I was in Stockton last year and I wanted to go. I just didn't get the opportunity to.
Yeah, it was there's a bunch of fighters I like, man. Masvidal's good, or he was good. Melendez, he was good. Man, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, no, for real. So I grew up around the Rampage, Chuck Liddell era. That was my era. John was fucking amazing. These not newer guys because he's retired now, but like, oh my goodness, Habib. Yeah. So this is why I kind of don't like MMA as much as boxing. Because in boxing, at least you have to fight. MMA, you can just lay on the motherfucker for 15 minutes. Yeah. And people was like, but it's the art of him keeping you down. And I'm like, I don't know if I rock with it, man. But he made a career out of it. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean,
it's definitely not a fan-friendly. I mean, I guess like a fan-friendly type. Everybody wants to stand and bang. Everybody wants knockouts. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, but to have that, like, the guys he beat and, like he just dominated, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, okay, so
I wasn't a big fan, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he really only beat, like, a solid, he beat Justin, he beat Dustin Poirier, he beat Conor. That's really the top. Like, that's only the really good guy. I mean, he beat Alaquinta for the belt. Yeah. He beat Bobby Green. I mean, he really didn't fight big names like that. You know, so shout out to him for going undefeated. I like Makhachev better. Yeah. At least Makhachev is out here whooping that. He went to Australia, beat up Volk. Yeah. He went to Abu Dhabi, choked out fucking Oliveira. That boy, he's a monster.
Yeah, he is cold. As a Habib, man, like, it was just, his striking wasn't as great, but he did drop Conor in that fight.
He did, but okay, but if you, this is what I tell people: if you look at it, he hits him with that right, and then he backs up, He didn't expect that fucking right to land.
Exactly.
Conor was just being. I don't know what the. Like, Conor's been disappointing me a lot. He better fucking knock out Tyson Chandler. Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, man. I hope he fights. I don't know, man. It's just the longer.
I know. People just stop caring.
I don't care about it no more.
Like, yeah, I'm just like, fuck it.
It's like the sport moves on so fast, you know, and like, yes, Conor is Conor. Yeah. But like, man, his
but you got good people now. Yeah. Like, you got Makhachev, you got Leon, like all these great champions, and you're like, we don't need Conor anymore.
And he was fighting at 170. You know what I'm saying? He's not beating anybody really at 170.
Who's the champ at 170?
Who's the welterweight champ?
Is it Leon?
Yeah.
You don't think he's beating Leon?
No. I'm sorry.
I like Leon. I like Leon.
I think it's just there's weight classes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
he was a big 170 versus Cowboy.
Yeah, but Cowboy was a 55er that moved up to 170.
Oh shit. Okay. I thought he was at that weight.
Same thing with Diaz. They fought Diaz at 70, but Diaz was a 55er. You know what I'm saying? So he hasn't necessarily beat anybody that is a true welterweight. No,
you got it. Yeah, you got a point there, because he got mauled by Khabib.
Yeah, and then Diaz beat him. You know.
Yep, choked him out. But that was at 55, wasn't it?
I think. I don't know.
Because they fought twice, and I think Conor went up in weight.
Yeah. Okay, so that might have been 55.
But he fucked him up in the second fight.
Yeah.
I was like, boy.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
For sure. I'm looking forward to the Colby Covington and Leon fight.
Oh man, that's gonna be.
Who do you got in that? Kobe's a dog. People don't like Kobe, but Kobe's a dog.
Yeah. They don't like his personality. He's a douchebag.
Yeah, you know but see that's and this is what people don't understand. Like,
it's
UFC and WWE, damn near the same thing. One, you just really fight.
Yeah.
And he had to be that you're going to either, like Floyd said this, you're going to pay to see me win or you're going to pay to see me lose. Either way, I'm getting paid.
Yeah. Definitely.
So Kobe, he's doing his thing. And he got him another title shot, which I think this is, his third?
Yeah, because he lost to Usman twice.
Twice, yeah.
And then...
He beat up Masvidal.
Yeah.
He beat up... was it just Masvidal he fought?
I think it was just Masvidal.
Oh, yeah, because he's been out for a long time.
Yeah. So I think, honestly, Leon will probably get it just because of the activity. I don't think Kobe's fought enough.
You got it by knockout? Because if it goes 5 rounds, Kobe has a chance.
Yeah, definitely. His cardio is unmatched. Like, it's crazy. He's got a crazy cardio. A crazy pace too. So I don't know, man. It'd be a good one. I think if Colby can use his cardio and his wrestling more, it'll be good. He's got underrated striking too, though. So
he can throw them hoes.
Yeah, it can go either way, man. I think Leon's gonna pull it off, but it's gonna be
a dogfight. Yeah. All right, one last question, man, because this man disappointed me to my core. Israel Adesanya.
Oh, man.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know, man. I think Strickland just had the perfect game plan.
But he didn't do shit. That's the weird thing.
Well, it was basic.
Yeah.
It was basic. He didn't lose his cool. He kept his composure the whole time. He stuck to his game plan.
Right, but I just feel like Alex is a way tougher fight. And he did well the second fight.
Yeah.
And Strickland was using the Philly shell, and I'm like, bro, throw a feint, and it made me so fucking mad. Strickland said, he was like, bro, I felt like I was fighting an amateur, and it looked like it.
Yeah. Well, look, he was he didn't react to any of Adesanya's feints. That's like Adesanya was throwing feints, but.
He should have punched him in his shit. Fuck! It makes me so mad.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, and Sean Strickland, he's just, you can't take him lightly. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll probably, I don't know how. I think he's got Dricus Duplessis next, and
is it him?
Yeah, They were talking about Hamza, but
that's what. Yes, Hamzat would have. Hamzat would have mauled him. But if him and Kamaru would have went 5 rounds, Kamaru would have knocked him out.
Yeah, I think Kamaru would have won a 5-rounder.
Fuck. I'm sorry. I just get passionate about this, man.
And yeah, definitely. I was thinking that too because Hamza's cardio isn't there.
Yeah, which is weird because they say he works out like a madman. Well, what the fuck is it?
Well, he train like when he goes out there and fights. If you look at him, like the first round is
he blows everything.
Yeah, it's like pace. Like you got to pace yourself, especially if you know what I'm saying, you're at that high level. Yes, it was only a 3-round fight, thankfully, but if it was that 5-round fight, he would have lost.
Yeah, well, I think he's trying to live up to being quote unquote Hamzat. Like, he's only had 3 fights, only been hit twice or some shit. You can't live up to that. The more you get into the rankings, the more these people are. Usman didn't fight since the knockout from Leon.
Yeah,
and in my opinion, it should have been a tie. Like the first round, they gave it a 10-8. I mean, you can, but fuck. But I think it should have been a tie. And because he won by split decision or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But
it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
it was a good fight though. Hell,
I totally agree. And then the Makhachev and Alexander fight didn't disappoint. That he
I like Volk, man.
I do too. I felt so bad because when you see these fighters and they perform flawlessly, you don't expect them to be human.
Yeah.
And when he got kicked and it like you saw it in his eyes, like bro, where am I? That's like, bro, man. There's levels.
Yeah. And then like you can't take that. Like he took it on short notice.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
it was like 11 days. Or whatever. It was crazy. And then like he was off the couch. You could tell he wasn't in the best shape. I'm like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Because he probably won't never get another shot at that title. You know what I'm saying? He's still the 45-pound champ, and I don't see him losing that. But But he needs to take time. I heard he's fighting in January, and I'm like, bro. Yeah.
You need to take time.
Yeah, he's supposed to be fighting that Ili Tapiri or whatever.
I can't pronounce these guys' names anymore.
Yeah. Because they were talking about, like, if Volk doesn't make it, it'd be Ili versus Max. But, like...
Max still fighting?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Max Holloway, he's still in it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's beat everybody except Volk.
Yeah. And they fought, 3 times?
Yeah, I think 3.
Yeah, I think it's 3-5.
Yeah, 3-0 right now for Volk.
But he's just a different animal because he's weird for his weight class. He's just too small for the other ones.
Yeah.
So.
It's that height, the height. Like, he's got the size.
Yeah, because he had the length against Makhachev. Yeah. But it's just.
He got long arms.
Yeah, it's just the height and then just the skill as well.
Yeah, man, that first fight was very competitive. I just think this one was just...
just short notice.
Islam set up that head kick perfect. He was throwing hard body shots. And then, boom, right over the top. And that's how you do it. You just set them up, You try to get your game plan and try to make it your fight, And... Islam did that this time.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I had Islam winning the first fight.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it was really, really competitive. Yeah. But yeah, the second fight, when you hear them say, like, I'm going out for the finish, I'm going out, like I said earlier, bro, this is Volk. You're not going to finish. It's going to go another 5.
Yeah.
And when it does, you're like, bro, what?
Yeah.
And that just makes you appreciate just the sport itself, because the amount of hours he had to put in killing himself to perform that good for 5 minutes. It was the first round knockout.
First round.
All that effort and for a little bit of time, and that's what makes me appreciate y'all, because y'all are giving us yourselves, and we're only experiencing at most 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
and like I said, a lot of the guys have been training their whole, like, they did combat sambo. They grew up, in the mountains training stuff their whole lives, and like I didn't start training until I was 22, really, and so like I've always felt like I was behind the curve, and like I'll be 29 in March, so like I don't have a huge time. Like these next few years are really gonna I know like where I'm at, so like I know my time isn't. I got good 10 years maybe. Yeah. But like I know I can make it. For sure. I just got to take the right opportunities and make the most of them. Like this one, we took this. I fought October 13th right here at River Spirit in an MMA fight. Went to decision, won, and then I thought my coach had already said we was done for the year, and then he hit me up. It was the Tuesday, before, or it was like a week and a half before this last fight, and he was like, "Would you be interested in taking this last minute title shot?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
The answer, 90%, 95% always has to be yes.
Yes, and I'm like, man, because most of the time, the only time I haven't took a fight is if my coach says no. Yeah. Like I don't turn down fights. Like I say that right now. I'm not scared of people. I'm not scared of no one. Like I'll fight. I listen to my coaches. I have my manager. She gets opportunities. She messages my coach. They discuss whether it's a good matchup or not, or a good opportunity. If not, it's not. And then we're waiting on the next one.
Hell yeah.
I never say no.
Well, shit, I'm gonna have to come to your next one, man. But again, I appreciate you being on the podcast. Let's do this shit some more before I have to pay.
Definitely.
But all right, y'all, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and to get a peek into the life of a fighter, like this 52 minutes is just not even 1% of the amount of dedication and hard work that goes into it. So, learn how to fight, learn how to protect yourself, because that one thing right there, I tell everybody, I learned how to fight, so I'll never be afraid to be myself. Yeah. I'll be as goofy, like you see. Yeah. You see this. I'm as goofy as I want, but I'll punch somebody dead in this shit, right? So, learn how to fight, guys. From us to you all, may your pain be champagne.